What is good, people? Welcome back to another video. There was no video last week. We were away for Anna's birthday. It was a great time. We went up to Bray. Those who are watching from Ireland know where Bray is. It's by the coast. It was lovely. But yeah, we're back again for another video. It is currently the 5th of February, 20 past 5 in the morning. It is a Thursday. I am working from home today, hence why I am recording, and it is a leg day. So I'm going to show you guys how I've managed to grow my legs on my current training session for legs. Beforehand, I'm going to get some of my meal number one ready before I head off. Get some water, hydrate, and yeah, we get to it. I'm currently whispering because Anna and Theo are still sleeping and I don't want to wake them up. I found that waking up early and getting stuff done, getting my training done, just works so much better. So that means in the evening I have time just to chill, relax with Anna, and have my meals done, I have my training done, I have my work done, and then it's just downtime. I thought I would really struggle when I made that transition to training in the morning because essentially I am training fasted. But what I found was the day before, the last meal is substantially carb heavy, and then I make sure like I fully hydrate. I get like 1 liter of water before I train. It's fine. I'm currently setting up to make my baked oats, which is currently 150 grams of oats in a blender. I would then add in some cinnamon, buckets of cinnamon, because I love this stuff. I fell in love with cinnamon during my last prep. I put it on everything and I've just kept it. So that's about like 5 to 10 grams. And then we have some baking soda, just like a teaspoon of that. And then just a tad bit of pink salt. I try getting around like 5 grams of salt, 4 to 5 grams of salt per day. I go like one liter of water, 1 gram of salt to 1 liter of water that I consume, and I consume around 4 to 5 liters of water, so 4 to 5 grams of salt. Salt just ensures that my pumps stay good in the gym, and then it helps with the absorption of carbohydrates as well, right? If you're finding that your pumps aren't great and you're consuming sufficient enough carbohydrates, it's probably salt. But yeah, I'm going to leave this for later because I don't want to turn on the blender right now because it's going to wake up the whole house. So I get that ready. Next thing I get ready is I usually get ready like my rice. I put my sweet potato in the air fryer. I probably won't do my rice now because I'm working from home and I can make that fresh. But I will pop some sweet potato in the air fryer for my meal number 2. I have my sweet potato already chopped and frozen and popped in. You might hear that I'm currently coming down with a little bit of something. Feeling a little bit sick, but not sick enough to not train, right? So today is kind of like a tester day. I'm going to go train, see how I feel, and if I feel battered after it, I'll probably take some days off the gym. But as of now, I'm stubborn, so I want to go gym. And as a parent, you know that you have a limited amount of time during the week to train. So whatever opportunity you can get, you take, and I'm taking it. But yeah, what I was saying is that I normally chop my sweet potato. As soon as I do my food chop, I chop that because sweet potato is the most, I don't know what it is. It's like, it just seems so tedious to make. And if you buy it and if you're restricted for time, most likely you won't go and peel and chop your sweet potato and make it for a meal. So as soon as I buy it, I just chop it in pieces, put it in the freezer, and then take it out, put it in the air fryer. Makes life easier for myself. Plus, when you actually take it out the air fryer, because it's been frozen and some of the water has been like absorbed into the sweet potato when frozen, it almost makes it softer when you cook it. It doesn't take too long to cook as well, which is another plus. So I'm going to put this in the air fryer. I'm also going to pop my fish, this white frozen fish that I get from Aldi. I'm going to pop 300 grams of this into the air fryer as well. I'm going to make the rest of my baked oats. I'm going to show you what that looks like when we come back from the gym. So I usually start my leg day with abs in true men's physique fashion. I'm training abs pretty much every single day. I alternate between a crunch movement and a leg raise. These have been absolutely gold for me at the moment. So what I'm cueing here is spinal extension and spinal flexion. So on the way up, I'm really stretching my torso upwards, and then on the way down, I'm crunching into myself and trying not to let my hips shoot back and forth. Oh. Oh. The mics are about to die, so I'm just gonna intermittently not use them, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. But the great thing about doing crunches and abdominals before your leg training is that it allows you just to mobilize your spine. So then when you get into movements like your squat patterns, like your spine will just feel a lot more protected. It encourages you to engage your core a little bit more, so feel a lot more braced, which means you can generate a lot more force throughout your lower body. So yeah, another reason why to have abs at the start of your leg day. Right, on to second movement, which is currently taken, so I'm going to wait for a little bit. I don't like chopping and changing my movements. I either ask to hop in or I just wait for a little bit. But yeah, on to adductors and then we move on. It's freezing in this gym. It's pretty much just like a container, and I train very early in the morning where it's like sub-0 degrees, so my priority is staying warm during my set, so that's why I dress like I'm going to the North Pole. Onto leg extensions. If you're trying to grow your quads, an amazing movement. For me, I prefer having the seat a little bit further back and almost allowing my torso to lean back a little bit. I found I get a better connection with my quads. And where I have the pad, you guys can see, but where I have the pad is at a position where I'm starting off with an angle which is smaller than 90 degrees, so there's a full stretch and tension on my quads already before I even start the movement. It just allows me to kind of get that muscle connection, that engagement, plus also on the eccentric allows me to go a little bit further back, getting a little bit more stretch. And as we know from science-based studies, that the lengthened part of the movement is one of the most important parts of the movement when it comes to a hypertrophy standpoint. So I want to get the full extent of what I'm doing. And also I'm grabbing onto the handles on the side and pulling myself into the seat as much as possible so my hips don't rise. So typically on this I'll do 2 warm-up sets, and then I'll go into a Maya rep set top set, which means I'm going to be doing anywhere from 12 to 15 reps. And then once I've done that, I'll take a 5-second rest, and then I'll do anywhere from 3 to 5 reps. And when I get to a point where I've done that to full completion, I'll then progress it by increasing the weight and then work my way back up. After that, I'll do a back off set of 12 to 15 reps. So these are an absolute killer. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Yep. Ow. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, fuck. Oh. There's no burn like a burn that you get from leg extensions. Woo. With the 2026 season about to start, it's really allowed me to reflect on, what my goals are for this season. I talked about it previously in another video, but I hope for this to be a very smooth and easy prep. I know it is going to be not an easy prep, but it's going to be a very, very good prep, because I think I've just gotten better and better at the skill of dieting, but also I'm starting in a much better position. The fact that I'm only going to have to lose 8 to 10 kilos over the space of 30 weeks is just very exciting. The amount of muscle that I'm going to be able to hold on to. Previously I've done 16, 18 week preps, absolutely killing myself, dropping 20 plus kilos to get into stage condition. And that's not going to happen this time around. It's mad to say, but I don't think the looks that I've put on stage have been my 100% at all. I've always stepped off stage, and looking back at the stage footage, I've always been it could be better, it could be drier, it could be harder, it could be fuller, it could be leaner. And that's mainly because my prep starting point just hasn't been the best over the past 2 years. And it's mad because I've won my classes. Not that I haven't won and I've come away with a bad pacing. I just know that I can just do so much better. So going into this season just excites me, because I know I'm starting off with a really good position, minimal weight to lose, and my training is the best it's ever been. Plus the fact that it's going to be a very seamless prep, so I can still be present there as a father, and that's probably the most important thing for me. I don't want to go into this prep and just go into tunnel vision, tunnel mode, and not have bandwidth to look after my son, or be there for him and really be present as he's growing up. So the plan is to really be there, be present during this prep, enjoy it, and come in with an absolutely smashing package at the end of it, and display something that I'm truly, truly proud of on stage. Is going to happen. On to lying leg curl. So you'll notice that I have a pad just at the midpoint of the machine. And fair enough, this machine is quite angled upwards, which kind of stops my hips from rising, but having an additional surface like a mat or some sort of pad just by your hips, it forces your hips to just stay in position, and it just allows you to connect with your hamstrings a lot better. You'll see a lot of people when they do this, as they come up, their hips will be shooting up and down, and it just takes away from the hamstring. So this is a very, very good solution. Let's go. Oh. Oh. We're now onto the hack squat. Probably my favorite movement on a leg day. I look forward to it every single time. I'm currently on the Gym Leco hack squat. Everything in here is Gym Leco, and if you've used Gym Leco equipment, you know that is very, very humbling. The pieces are very heavy, and they have no kind of internal stabilization, so the machines don't really feel smooth. So it just forces you to have that next level of control. But I'm not complaining, because it's actually been quite good this off season. Going to work up to a top set and then do a back off set. The back off set is a paused 1 second at the bottom, and then back up, which is just as hard as the top set. So let's get it. So last warm up set, and then we'll go into 4.5 plus a 2.5 at the end each side. If you struggle with your lower back coming off the pad when you're hack squatting, a good tip is to use a bar pad, stick it behind your neck, and just because of the torso position that it puts you in, it stops your hips from shooting off the pad. Yep. Let's go. The mentality that I have approaching my sets is that it might just be one set, but that's one set closer to getting to where I want to be. So I zone out, just focus on that set. I imagine me in that position that I want to be on stage, then calling out my name, your new pro, Yemi Ramen. I'm also envisioning my son in the crowd, and I'm asking myself, what kind of physique does he want to be looking at? How do I want my son to see me? And that fires me the hell up. Let's go. Let's fucking go. This easy. Oh yes. Oh, come on. Yes. So just did my back off set there. 1 second pause to the bottom. 15 reps. Dropped it down to 3 plates. But unfortunately, it did not record, which happens to me a lot. Pain. But I'm going to finish off with some bodyweight sissy squats and then call it a day, because it's currently 8 a.m. so I'm currently half an hour behind, and I need to get back to start work for 8:30, and I still need to eat, so let's get it. Okay, we are home, showered, feel fresh, feel so much better. I anticipate that I'm going to feel very, very bad later on because I'm currently sick, just trained a heavy leg day, so yeah, I'm probably going to crash later on. But we are about to get, I keep saying we, it's not we, me. I'm about to get my post-workout meal, which is baked oats. Well, banana bread, baked oats with some pistachio cream on top, and then I have some mixed berries on the side, and then some added protein with 3% beef mince. So I am going to chow that down. Probably my favorite meal of the day. I've eaten this for the past, I think, 1.5 years, and I do not get bored of it. I look forward to it every morning. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat this, chill. I'm gonna drop Tio off to Crash in a few. He's currently watching his favorite. There's toys everywhere, guys. This is what your house turns into when you have kids. He's watching his favorite episode, Miss Rachel. Did you see that video, Ashley, on Instagram? No. Somebody talking about how watching Miss Rachel is bad for kids.
People are always going to be haters for everything, though.
Yeah.
You're always going to have haters for something.
To be fair, she's very educational, but I think it's the fact that, you know, it's still TV, and they're like hooked to it.
They're not hooked to it.
Yeah.
If you think about adults, we get hooked to our episodes.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
But like, if you call Tio and we want to do something with him, he's fine. He'll come away from the TV.
That's true. He's never been like addicted to the TV.
Yeah, like we let him 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He can be chilling. He's active all day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Before this, we were not TV parents.
I say yes to Miss Rachel. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up there. The next video, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just going to document. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you've watched this far, comment down below. It can be absolutely anything. It can be an emoji. It can be anything. Just comment something down below. It really does help the channel grow. And if you've liked this video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Slán.